So I have got two pictures because I am extra, and when you asked me to bring a picture, I had to bring two. So I'm going to start off, if you don't mind, with this picture. It means so much to me when I look at these pictures, when I look at this picture in particular, and I see me, my children, my husband, and also my foster daughter at the time, who I'm still in contact with. I am filled with so much joy and appreciation, and I feel really honoured. Honestly, I'm just like, this is my family that I've created. And if I look at myself when I was like 8 years old, I would never, ever have known that I could create or be part of this crew, this amazing, beautiful crew. So it means so much to me. But like I said, I am extra. And I brought this image. It's a still of me in a movie, in a short film called Black Hill. Now, the reason why I brought this is it means a lot to me, and it's a weird one because I was just at a crossroads. And I was just like, am I doing the right things? Should I give up my acting? And I was just praying loads, and I was praying just for clarity of what I do, where I go with my acting. And I was just thinking I should just leave it now at the door and just focus on one thing. As anybody who knows me, I do more than one thing. My kids loved it so much that they got it put onto this canvas. So this is in my library area, in my room. I just think it looks so cinematic. I'm just like, look at me. I love it. I was born and bred in Wolverhampton. Majority of my life was all about Wolverhampton. And if I'm honest, I have just real vivid, fond, amazing memories of my childhood. The house that I was brought up in and the family I was brought up in, my mom, she was a single mother, and there were 6 of us that she had, and I'm the eldest of 6. And the house was just so full of love. That is the ingredient, that all I can say. She was so loving, and just, I don't know, like, when I think about my mom and how she brought us up, because family was just so important, and we just loved each other up a lot. We had so much laughs, so much fun, and we would do lots of silly things. So some of the memories, I'm smiling and I'm laughing now as I'm about to tell you them. So some of the memories I have is of me forcing my brothers and sisters to do like plays. Like we'd do little short plays and like do little things, like we would play churches. So we used to go to church, and then when we'd come back, we would then act out being the characters, the people from church. So I'd get my brother, my sisters, all of us would play different characters. And I'd love to play Sister Mac, because Sister Mac was stern and strict. Her name's Sister Mackenzie, but we used to call her Sister Mac. So I used to be like, no, children, you can't sit there. You must be quiet. Shut up. So I would be Sister Mac. And then, my brothers and my sisters, they play other characters. We even had house parties. Wow, those house parties, they were so good. Honestly. So for me, growing up in Wolverhampton, in my family, it was just brilliant. As I became a teenager, then things started to get a bit more tricky, because I was very fun-loving. Like I just explained, we loved to dance, sing, act, and, play, mess about, have jokes, pure jokes all the time. But when I became a teenager, I started to be more aware of my body, more aware of myself, my looks. And I just used to think, I couldn't see beauty. And I would look in the mirror and I'd be like, really crying, thinking to myself, why could not God make me beautiful? I just want to be beautiful, which is really sad for me to say now, looking back, because I see the beauty in me now. And I make a point of making sure I tell all the beautiful black girls that I meet, whenever I see them, I just say, you are beautiful. I say that for a reason, because I just know the power of words. Anyway, I just never used to see that in myself. In my secondary school, it was great. I had great friendship circles, but I was the only black girl in my year, not in the whole school. So sometimes I found that difficult, not really difficult, because I had great friendship circles and we had great times, you know. But sometimes I found that difficult because I just thought, why do things have to be, I don't know, why is there so much inequality? I could see that from a young age, and that kind of started to spur the activist in me. So everything I do, there is some sort of, I don't mean it to be, but there's always there's politics behind it. Even if I'm doing a creative theatrical project, there's something behind it.
I want to stand up. I want to stand up and break down the institutional systems that have been set up to imprison my soul. Ja. I want to take action.
I'm a walking political situation, not that I'm asking to be, but I walk into a room as a black woman, already that's a statement. I don't know why it has to be, but it is. So anyway, you know, as a teenager, that started to fuel my activism and just me just wanting, and I suppose that's probably the age that people normally do. And it just kind of made me start to think about injustices, inequalities, and I was just kind of like, I'm not having this. I'm not having it. Do you know what I mean? So that was kind of the fiery Tonia coming out, a little bit, or fiery Tanny, because my family used to call me Tanny. So that started to really shape my personality a little bit. So some people might have thought I was a little bit, you know, feisty. And I wasn't feisty, because I was very, very respectful to my elders. And I was very bubbly and jokey. But, you know, I'm still going to say how I feel. You get what I mean? I wouldn't let anyone just try and put me down. So I have great childhood memories. Some other ones of these are great ones of just being a teenager with my friends, going to Wolverhampton town city centre. This is just ridiculous, but it was great. We'd go to the Manda Centre and just walk around. We just walk around the Manda Centre looking and talking to guys, and just like, we dress up to go to town. I'm not saying go to town like going out clubbing. I mean, dress up to go shopping in town, and you put on your best clothes and your jeans and everything, and you're just walking around in circles around the shops, in circles around, and we just loved it. And we'd have meeting points at the bus depot. You'd go, who's going depot? Who's going bus depot? We'd meet at the Man on the Horse. Meet at the Man on the Horse. You know what I mean? You had your little area, your little places that you'd want to meet. Wolverhampton was vibrant. I'm telling you, when I was growing up, Wolverhampton was vibrant. And I remember, as an older teenager now, going out. Yeah, probably wasn't allowed yet, but, you know, older teenager going out. Broad Street was heaving. It was the place to be. I remember coach loads coming down from London, Manchester, well, not Manchester as well, but mainly London, Birmingham, everywhere. People were coming, and we had such a great nightlife. And it was bustling, man. It was the place to be. I remember going out to Caesars, Picasso's. Oh my days! There's some places. A good friend I had at the time, growing up, when I was a teenager, Angela Lawrence, her name was, and me and Angela, we used to write music. We used to write like folders and folders of songs, and we used to make up these songs, and we used to think that we were like Salt and Pepper. We thought we were like a proper girl group. Do you know what I mean? And she can sing. I can't even sing, but I used to do mainly the rapping. I can sing to save my life, but I'm not a singer. Like, don't put me on the stage. And people have done that, and it's just like, it's just too much for my life. But basically, I would do the rapping then. Do you know? When I think about it, and we used to call ourselves Peace and Love. So she was peace, I was love. And we used to have the rap, say peace, say love, and again say peace and love. Say peace, say love, and again say peace and love. Car peace and love come through the land and broke the... Oh, but not go there. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. When I think about the fun. So anyway, I remember being at primary school, and there was a big audition for a show at the Grand Theatre, and it was The Wizard of Oz. It was a big production, and they were looking for young people to be the Munchkins. And I know my teacher at the time in primary school had said, "Oh, Tonia, you'd be great for this." So, you know, obviously they saw something in me, and I was just like, wow, okay, I don't know what to do. And it was the first ever audition I'd ever done. Like, I never even knew really what an audition was. So, and I'd never done any dance classes, no youth theatre, no drama, nothing. I just remember standing there thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm out of place. And then the choreographer said, right now, and they showed us a dance, and it was like, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. And we used to go, follow, follow, follow. So we had to do this dance. I can't show you now because I'm just sitting down, but we do this little dance, yeah? And I remember just doing that. And all I remember is I'm just going to smile through this. Even if I'm just doing rubbish, I'll be like, like literally smiling. So I think my big fat smile is what attracted them. Anyway, long story short, I got the part. So that was like my first kind of like, connection with theatre. And I remember watching the TV and thinking, I would love to be one of those people on the TV. I'd be like, wow, how can I get in? And whenever I'd see a black person, I'd be like, oh, a black person on TV? Yes, I'm going to be like that. You know, it was few and far between at that time. But when I was in secondary school, I remember distinctly protesting to get drama put on the curriculum because it wasn't on the curriculum. And I remember speaking to my English teacher saying, well, I want to be an actor and drama's not on the curriculum. You're failing me already. You know, I told you I was an activist. I was like, you're failing me already. Anyway, that he said to me, if you can get, Mr. Davenport, I remember him, if you can get 10 people to do drama GCSE, I'll put it on. He just said it flippantly. I got 9 people, including myself, and he was like blown away. He was like, what? I was just saying that. He put it on. So I ended up getting drama put on the curriculum. It was really, really good. Then I went to college. And when I was at college, I found that I absolutely loved it. I knew now solidly, this is what I want to do. Then I got into university, so I went to London. And then after I did 3 years of theatre studies, it wasn't as practical as I would like, but I wanted to have a degree, just to give myself a head start. So then I went to drama school after that. And then, I mean, all of this is just me finding my way. I didn't even really know what was out there. I was just finding a way. I just wanted it so bad. So I would say to anybody, like, if you want something so bad, you need to go for it because you will always find a way. I didn't have Google then. Do you know what I mean? There was no Google. It was just me. I don't even know how I did, but it was asking questions, asking your tutors, all those kind of things. But yeah, so that's how I kind of got into it. Although I loved London and I felt as though London would have given me great opportunities, I just found that I wanted to be a Wolverhampton actress from Wolverhampton, but being able to go wherever. And I just thought nobody does that. Everybody leaves Wolverhampton. And although I was really tempted to do that, I decided to come back, and part of that was to do with the fact that I did have a young family because I was a young mom.
All I am drinking is pumpkin soup. I spit, I chop,
And when I came back, I recognised that there was the area that I'm from. There was a whole community of young people that looked like me, sounded like me, that wanted opportunities, that they didn't know where to go. So comes the birth of Kawumba Arts Movement. So Kawumba means creativity in Swahili, and basically I set that up because I was gifted a beautiful piece of artwork by Dennis French. He was like a tutor of mine when I was at college, and he believed in me. He was just like, Tonia, I think you're going to go far. I think you're amazing. And he gifted me this wonderful African print artwork, and it says Kawumba and creativity down the side. And I was just like, and he said, you are creative, and this is you, this is who you are. And I kept that. And then I set up the company based on what, you know, that the gift that I received. So it's a gift that I wanted to give back. So somebody gave me a gift and they believed in me, and I was like, I want to give a gift back to the community. That's how Kawumba was birthed. And it was all about basically just doing as many creative projects with young people in Wolverhampton. And it was a case of, even if you thought that you couldn't be on the stage or you couldn't do something, you will be able to, and I will facilitate that. I will do everything I can to support that. So I've worked with thousands of young people across the city and outside of the city as well. And I feel really proud of myself for that, because it's like a massive legacy. And yeah, I'm still talking to the young people that I've worked with from Kawumba. A lot of them have gone on to do amazing stuff, and they bring me into their projects now. I am an actor, writer, director, and I have produced as well. I've been directing quite a lot of shows. So a few years back, I wrote and directed a show called Dr. King. It wasn't called Dr. King, it was called The Aftermath. No, it was called Dr. King, The Aftermath. What did I call it? It was called Dr. King, The Aftermath. I don't know why I forgot my own play. And that did so well. I was so blown away. And that was working with young people from Birmingham and the West and Wolverhampton. So I've been doing a lot more of that. So recently I directed a play called Marcus. It's about Marcus Garvey. And I have been involved in trying to get a TV series off the ground with my business partner, Arain Johnson. I'm working with an organisation called Wolverhampton for Everyone. And we are all about just making our city great again. This is what I want for Wolverhampton. I want Wolverhampton to be a destination spot, a place where people go, oh, let's go to Wolverhampton for the day. Let's go to Wolverhampton to the theatre. Let's go to Wolverhampton to go shopping. I would love for that. Let's go and have something nice in Wolverhampton, go eat something nice. So I want us to bring that vibrant culture back, that vibrancy. I'm really, really proud of the fact that I'm working with the Grand Theatre. So I am now the audience development consultant and to specifically work on developing our Black, African and Caribbean audiences, and letting the community know that the Grand Theatre is a theatre for everyone. And I am so proud to be part of this movement, this team. I'm loving working at the Grand, working with the Grand. What do I want people to remember Tonia for is a big question. But I would say that I'd love for people just to see my heart, see the vibrancy, see my authenticity, see really what I'm trying to create is just that buzz around about art, creativity, performance. Let's just enjoy telling stories. I love storytelling. That's what I love to do. And I love storytelling in the most intimate ways, like with your grandparents just sitting you down by the fire saying, when I was young, and I was, you know what I mean? Those stories when you were finding out about your heritage and your background. If people was to say, Tonia was a great storyteller and she was crazy and her laugh was crazy as well, obviously that would be true, wouldn't it? Yeah, and just to inspire and people say this all the time, but it's a genuine heartbeat of mine, just to inspire the next generation, just to say, do you know what? Trust me, if I can do it, you can. And I'm still doing it. I'm still working. It doesn't stop. It's a constant flow. So hope that gives you a little bit of a flavour. Some misconceptions is that some people think, okay, so for example, I know my worth now. I didn't used to. So I have changed how I approach some things. I don't just accept anything. And I also have put my fees up. So now some people think, oh, look at her. She's not willing to do that for nothing anymore. No, Josephine, no, I'm not going to do it for nothing, you know. But at the same time, my heart is charity. So I will always give back, and I will give back all the time. But I don't want people to use me and abuse me. So a misconception can be that, oh, you think you're better now that you're working here or now that you're doing that. I don't think I'm better. I just feel like I want better for my life. A song that represents me is really, really difficult. But I loved this song when I was growing up as a teenager. And I think don't know if it represents me, but it does represent a part of me, the drive and the fact that I love to dream, and I dream big, and I try to achieve my dreams, which I have been doing. So there's a song by Gabrielle called Dreams Can Come True. Look at me, babe, I'm with you. You know that song? Woo! Banger! So Gabrielle, Dreams, I love that song. And I think, I'm not saying it represents the whole of me, do you get what I mean? But it's all about, the lyrics in it. I used to love those lyrics. I used to sing them all the time. But it was just that line, dreams really can come true, basically. But there's loads of other songs that could represent me. But we ain't got time for that. 3 things that people would describe me as is determined, crazy, colourful. Yeah? Yeah, I think that could be.